to see.
I think the thing that helps these costs come in so low is that this is predicated upon the construction will occur during next season, because by the time we get the grant application in and then we get contracts signed and get all the approval and they order their any like the steel for the and any of the materials and supplies they need, it would be too late in the year to guarantee they could finish the project this season. So the anticipation, we told everybody that it would be a 2022 construction, and so that made a couple of the bigger contractors go after very aggressively with, hey, we'll be able to start the year out, we'll move our paving plan up there and get the year started out with a nice straightforward project. And we were the beneficiaries of that great bidding because of next year's construction.
Does anybody understand?
Rex, does that name Goverson ring a bell in your ear? It certainly did. Certainly did in mine.
It's not my first choice. Might not even be my last choice. But we don't have a choice. We still got to accept the low bid, right?
Yes. Carl gets on.
Well, yeah, in all honesty, I've worked with that company before, and we will have full-time inspection when the paving and all that stuff is going on, so I'm very comfortable awarding it to this firm. They have done airport work before and FAA work, and I know with any company, you may have, if you had some negative concerns with them, I've had positive results from working with them in the past, and that will be part of our follow-on job, is to make sure that they're doing things that they're supposed to be doing when they're doing them.
And Carl, help me out here. This is Clark. If I'm not mistaken, Ken and Rex's concerns are probably well-founded, but I think there were some evolutionary things with that company that have taken place since, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I don't know what would have happened before, but you're right in the fact that any company, the company, their performance on a given project is based on who is assigned to that project and who is there on those days. I've had great companies with not great projects because they assigned people that weren't as good. I've had companies that people had trouble with before that assigned a really good new person and had great results. So, again, that's something that,
Well, we had the project
for the contractor.
We had a project on Highway 75 that they had to dig up concrete that was newly laid a couple times, and it basically destroyed a few people's businesses because they couldn't get in to order product or pick product up at those businesses. So it was not a good situation, to say the least. It took twice as long as it was supposed to. The only thing that I will say on the other side of what Kenny was saying is that we're going to put them out in basically a big old cornfield with an airstrip with no activity around them, so they should be able to lay concrete there. They do it at other places, so they should be able to lay concrete out there. What I want to make sure, Carl, is what you just said about the observation, the testing, the percentages, the compaction, all those kind of things are obviously extremely critical on an airport.
Right.
So those things got to be
and that's why
documented.
we have planned full-time observation for those critical parts of that project, which are, in this case, are the vast majority of the project are the critical ones. So the vast majority of the time, we will have somebody there full-time.
Okay. Then the only other question I have is, because we are so low, is this something where we can put this fencing that we're going to have to pay for around the airport? Can we add it to this project? No?
No,
Because it's a security issue. It's a security issue, and obviously with COVID and everything, we got security issues.
Infrastructure.
Well, I wish I could say yes, but unfortunately, I can't promise something like that.
Okay, you answered the question.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold you to the fact that you guys are gonna do inspections next year. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Any other questions in regard to this airport runway? Does everybody understand what it is? If you do, I'd entertain a motion.
Motion to adopt resolution 2126, rewarding contract for airport, the runway 18/36 reconstruction project to Goverson Smith in the amount of $2,766,259.75.
Second. Wait a minute, is that 2 million or 3?
Two.
I just saved this a minute.
Okay, motion and second to adopt resolution number 2126, awarding the contract for the airport runway 18/36 reconstruction project to Goverson Smith in the amount of $2,776,039.50. Do we have a roll call on that, Christie?
Nelson?
Yes.
Knapp?
Yep.
Goodchild?
Yes.
Sweet?
Yes.
Dunn?
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. I felt quite a reward. That kind of award from the federal government.
Yep.
To really help this thing out.
Our tax dollars at work.
Somebody gonna get them. Okay, moving on to Cleveland Park parking lot project, award to contract. Council set this as a date and consider the bids received for the 2021 Cleveland Park parking lot improvement. The bids were received and opened on May 6, 2021 at 2 p.m. The bids results are attached. The administration recommends council accept alternate number 1 and award to Specialized Concrete. Construction completion is September 1st of 2021. The financial is, the project estimate was $57,000. Project will be funded through the Public Facilities fiscal year 22 budget. Questions on the Cleveland Park?
Let me do a little bit of explaining. So base bid was, base bid low was 52,632 by Specialized. Sorry, 47,060. 2 alternates were placed on that bid also. One was for some extra sidewalk to go in there. Alternate number 2 was a concrete mix alternate. The mix that we're used to is limestone. We thought we would see what quartzite mix is comparable in price, so that was put in there. So my recommendation is to approve the base bid plus alternate 1. There's there's a savings to do the quartzite of only $564. So I would prefer we stay with limestone. That was brought about because there was concern of, at a time, there was a bigger difference because of the proximity of getting that aggregate material to places. It was cheaper to do the quartzite. But as you can see, there's not a huge difference there, so I would prefer we stay with the limestone. But, so that's how we get to the 52. That's with the alternate number 1.
Questions?
So how does one company get 25% below everybody else?
Well, they have a larger desire to do it, apparently.
I know, but that's a big, larger desire to do it away. I'm just,
I think some of it's he's local and he's gained some more employees recently with walkers leaving, so they're looking for work.
okay. That's the best answer I've heard in a while, so I'll take it.
That helps you.
Yeah, because otherwise, everything else is right close to our estimates. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, entertain a motion.
Motion to adopt resolution 2127, awarding contract for 2021 Cleveland Park parking lot improvement project with Specialized concrete in the amount of $52,632.22.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and second to adopt the resolution 2021-27, awarding the contract for the 2021 Cleveland Park parking lot improvement project to Specialized Concrete in the amount of $52,632.22. Do we have a roll call on that, Christie?
Wick,
Yep.
Nelson. Nelson,
Bueller.
Goodchild,
Yes.
Knapp,
Yep.
Knopf.
Yeah.
Motion carried. Moving on to number 5. Fire Rescue Department ordinance. On July 1st, 2021, the Fire Rescue Department and the Ambulance Service will be combined under one department. The Fire Rescue Department and the Ambulance Service are each covered by separate chapters in the Lamar's Code of Ordinances. As of July 1st, 2021, the only one chapter is needed. Attached is a proposed new chapter number 36. Have you got a chance to read that? Follow it? Yeah. The administration recommends the council proceed to a public hearing to amend chapter 36. And I entertain a motion.
Motion to establish June 1, 2021, 12 p.m. for a public hearing to amend Lamar's Code of Ordinance, Chapter 36, Fire Rescue Department.
Second.
Motion made second to establish June 1st, 2021 at 12 p.m. for a public hearing to amend the Lamar's Code of Ordinances, Chapter 36, Fire Rescue Department. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried.
I think you can do this one in front of the second reading of the street side to side, so that those people that come from the street side to side gotta figure out the Lamar's ambulance first. You'll get the hearing for the second on the $25 fine
Yeah.
for trailers in the streets. So let's do this one first and do that one second.
Okay, moving on to the ambulance. Ambulance.
They're here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Ambulance Service Ordinance. On July 1st, 2021, the Fire Rescue Department Ambulance Service will be combined under one department. The Fire Rescue Department and the Ambulance Service are each covered by separate chapters of Lamar's Code of Ordinances. As of July 1st, 2021, only one chapter is needed. Attached is an ordinance to repeal chapter number 37, Ambulance Service. The recommendation is the administration recommends the council proceed to a public hearing to repeal chapter 37. And I'd entertain a motion.
Motion to establish June 1st at noon for a public hearing to repeal the Lamar's Code of Ordinances, Chapter 37, Ambulance Service.
Second?
Second.
Motion made and second to establish June 1st, 2021 at the 12 p.m. public hearing to amend the Lamar's Code of Ordinances, Chapter 37, Ambulance Service. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried.
How come we can't do those together? He's always opposed.
So you're two separate, well,
I know.
I just told you. Two separate things.
No, but,
Different ordinances. Some are bad and one we're changing.
I know, but what we've had and we don't change.
You got awful feisty these last few weeks.
Stupidity pisses me off.
Not even December.
Oh, my motion's through.
Hey, Mike. Not even December yet. How bad is this gonna get?
Okay,
What's the deal?
we don't want to lose control here. Moving on to discussion. Jason, the city administrator, you're up.
Yes, sir. Number one, dog park. They're still working, still pouring concrete. That's the update for that one. It appeared they're probably well over half done with the concrete. Second project, Cleveland Park restroom. I was hoping that would have been started by now, because that has a June 30th completion date. Got word that they will be on site to start that first week in June. Not so concerned, my only concern was timing wise because of the project we just awarded to Specialized. It would be nice if the contractor, Bainbridge, for the restroom, the intent was to have them do it and be out of there so Specialized can come in and do what they need to do. Still could work out. I don't know an exact anticipated start date for Cody with Specialized in the sidewalk in the parking lot part. So maybe there won't be a conflict. And maybe restroom project won't take as long as I'm thinking, but so that's what they're looking at, starting the first week of June. And we'll find out more because we will have next week we will have a pre-construction meeting for both of those projects. So all those contractors will be there, so we can maybe get some timing stuff worked out. I'll bring this up. You may have noticed some activity at the swimming pool last week, 2 weeks or so. Two separate things. We replaced, Specialized was up there replacing some concrete around the decking of the pool. They appear to be done now, so the other crew that's in there now is kind of a last minute deal. When the crews went up there to start inspecting stuff and thinking about getting stuff ready for the opening of the pool, Memorial Day weekend, we have flaking paint in the pool itself, so that has to be repaired. So the pool's getting repainted. So what's happening now is all the old paint needs to be sandblasted off before they can paint it. So that's the activity up there. Still anticipate a Memorial Day opening, but like I said, any project can get screwed up because of weather. They can't paint in the rain. They can sandblast in the rain, but they can't paint. So, and the final thing I was going to bring up, I just wanted to bring up because it is summer season again, outdoor season, fire pits in people's backyards. You can have them. I mean, we have rules on sizes and you have to have a cover and all that stuff. We also have a rule of what you can use them for, okay? You can use them for recreational fires, which means seasoned firewood. It doesn't mean cleaning out your flower beds and burning leaves and sticks you pick up off your, it doesn't include yard waste. So I just want to remind everybody that they use their pits appropriately and safely, and I'll leave it at that. And that's all I had.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Jacob, your turn.
Today, more of a clerk thing on the upcoming election in November, city elections. I've been getting quite a few questions on when paperwork will be available and when people need to file. I have the forms now if people want to stop in and pick them up. However, they can't file them until August 23rd, so they can file them between August 23rd and September 16th, and they file them up at the courthouse. So I do have the forms for people to pick up.
Good. Anything else?
No.
Okay, let's move on to discussion from the council. Mike, you have anything? Clark?
6th Street curb getting replaced there for about a half a block. What's that all about?
6.
Right by Foster Park.
You'll notice, I forget the name of the people that live there, you'll notice that residence, they put up a new garage. There's actually 2 driveways there.
I see that. It's split.
One of which has been there probably since the turn of the century. Maybe at one time there was a garage there, I don't know,
Okay.
but that's towards the east end. But in any event, they did ask if they could put a garage on the property. I said yes. If they could grind the curb or a driveway approach, I said yes. They did ask then, if you'll notice that curbing, it's in good shape, but it's old. It's probably 100 years old and probably a foot tall. I didn't, Scott Knipe and myself looked at it and said, yes, we would replace some of that curbing because it is old. They're trying to make their house look modern, which they're doing a good deal. That unused driveway approach is now gonna have curbing in front of it. They're gonna tear out the driveway approach. They'll put grass in and we'll give them they will pay for the approach, but we are gonna assist with the curb, more modern curb and gutter in front of that home. So that's what that's about.
Okay, I just saw a pretty good sized length area there. Thank you, Greg.
Thanks, Greg.
I had a lady call me on Cleveland, since we talked about Cleveland. How much did our equipment cost us up there? Do you remember,
Oh,
Jason?
boy, off the top of my head, I don't
100?
know.
Was it
More
below?
than that,
Was it higher
yeah.
on the playground?
That would have been now I gotta think of their names.
Was that New York, or no?
Leathers.
Leathers, yeah.
Leathers.
That was all in their contract, and right now I can't, off the top of my head, I
The
can't.
contract
700,
with
600?
them was 500, just under 600,000.
So how much of that was actually equipment? I'd have to go back and look.
Okay. I had a lady call me and she said, and I asked her a couple of questions, she said, that thing is getting used just an amazing amount. And she wondered if we shouldn't check into increasing the size of that playground. And I said to her, I said, are you sure it's not just, COVID-related, cooped up overuse? She, she's no playground expert either, and wouldn't claim to be, but she says no. She says there's people there all the time, and so it's something that maybe we need to look at. If it's getting used that much and it continues, maybe we need to revisit at least increasing the size of that park.